Palworld is too hard for League of Legends players. Rav's Palworld's Adventures, episode 1. Do you guys want to watch this or skip? We have a lot of other stuff to get into today. I don't know. Sure, yes. All right, everyone wants it. Oh man, it's a tough one. It's only 11 minutes. Palworld is too hard for League players. Bro, Rav messaged me a couple weeks ago talking about Palworld too. Rav is great content. Okay, well, let's take a look for a sec.
It's Pikachu!
It's actually Palworld aka Pokemon with Guns aka the future defendant in a lawsuit against Nintendo, and let me tell you, I couldn't be having a better time playing it. You see,
bro, Quinn is playing hardcore Palworld.
I'm a League of Legends player, which means I'm angry and or sexually frustrated, but I'm also a YouTuber, which means I'm greedy, so when I see everyone and their fat Aunt Betty playing the same game, I really only have one option, and that's to hop in myself to give my own account for what went down on Epstein Island. And when it came time to pick a difficulty, I had the options of an easy experience where I would never lose my progress, to a slightly more punishing system with harder mobs, all the way to an utter waste of time. Upon death, all items and pals are dropped on the spot. I chose the third because I'm a gamer, so what's the worst that could happen?
Wait, so this is basically hardcore. Upon death, you drop everything, right? Oh, man.
In terms of my character, I felt it was appropriate to go with the grape-stained demigod who has never skipped a leg day in his life, with a gentler touch on the hairstyle, and with that, a crazy new adventure was set to begin.
Leg day ever. Oh my gosh, bro. I didn't know you could play hardcore in Palworld.
After waking up from one of my wetter recent dreams, I immediately ran into my first leg day skipper, but I wasn't in the mood to listen to her sob story about how some copyright evading Pokemon ate her buddies, and I didn't come to Epstein's Island to make friends.
Splits. Whoa, look at that
Upon
mobility.
learning my first lesson, I embarked on some highly engaging gameplay before realizing that I wasn't alone.
There's no way you can punch on a tree, right? That would never
A
work.
wild Jigglypuff appeared, and I knew just what I had to do.
This game actually looks really fun.
She gave me a taste and I was no longer hungry, but she wasn't done.
Rav, if you die in the 1v1, that's completely embarrassing, by the way. I'm assuming he doesn't have like a gun or anything yet. Oh, that was kind of sick.
Luckily, it wasn't long before my World of Warcraft mod path exploitation gamer knowledge took over, and I had discovered my first flawless plan for a flawless man.
Oh. F. Okay, never didn't work.
Turns out punching pals is for poor people, and crafting my first weapon was all I needed to plot my revenge. I saw that wounded Clefairy wobbling back from his first victory. You can see my taint blood dried on his stupid pink fur, but this time would be different.
Yeah.
Turns out you are supposed to capture these instead of kill them, and while some pals are clearly not to be messed with,
you want to throw a ball at them, right?
Others seem a bit less threatening.
My, you're a tall one.
I like the WoW cameo.
That is until I whiffed my Pokeball and ran into issues on the retry, which meant only one thing.
F.
I was running out of daylight in pursuit of imprisoning my first piece of shit pal, which made the terrain hard to navigate.
Bruh. Bruh.
But Mama Rav didn't raise a quitter.
Nice. I think he got him. 94. Easy clap. I'm not gonna lie, this game looks really fun. Up to 100. Guys, so not only have I not played Palworld, I'm the only person in the world, I think, that hasn't tried it. I haven't even watched any Palworld. Like, this is my first Palworld glimpse I've actually seen. Like, I'm that behind the curve. I don't know what the hell I'm doing as a streamer. not playing the game that's #1 in the world right now. Not even I don't even know what it is. This is my first glimpse, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks fantastic. Like, it looks really good.
That said, it was like 3 a.m. I was freezing my blue dick off, and the only way for me to save myself from succumbing to hypothermia and dying for the first time would be to craft a torch to keep me warm. And while others may build on the discovery of fire to progress civilization, I chose violence. You see, I noticed that these furry fuckboys would sleep at night, and the thought of waking them up with a surprise "you are on fire, bitch" just sounded too good to pass up on.
You can
And
light
after
'em
my
on
first
fire?
successful ambush, I had a brilliant idea.
You're gonna light this one on fire too? Wait, why is there no fire on that dude? Okay, GG.
I decided if I were to survive in this world against these kinds of dangers, I would need a good combat pet, and my thinking based off of absolutely zero evidence was that these jellyfish head floating meerkats would be best. Little did I know they follow the buddy system, and even though I had one burning like an AIDS-ridden crotch, they made quick work of my little pigeon, leaving me all alone. All I could do was dodge the insides of jelly-filled donuts that they were rapid-firing at me, knowing there was only one way this could end. Until too law-abiding.
The Pokemon music, is that Rav's editing over Palworld for the YouTube video? Or did Palworld just one-for-one snake the same song? There's no, that's Rav's editing, right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page here, because...
Citizen penguins wearing matching wizard hats got hit in the crossfire, and it turns out the jellyfish head kittens did not want to fuck with these guys. I used this bullshit to my advantage, guiding the Barney jizz bombs into the penguins, knowing just how it would play out. I had a new plan, and I would just have to wait for my chance.
$66, I believe. Nice.
Turns out he's an owl, not a penguin, but nevertheless this guy fucks. After a few attempts, I learned how to show affection to my new pal before appropriately naming him Albert. Alberta. Sorry, not trying to get cancelled here. I didn't see the whole she/her symbol until after. And seeing as I now knew how to name my pals, I looked at my first one, lying there like a useless pigeon, and granted him the eternal title of dead bitch. It was at this time where I learned you need to put your pals to work at your base, but I needed Alberta by my side, and dead bitch was, as the name implies, not currently available, so I had to go out and hire a slave, and I knew just who I wanted.
Kativa, get back here. Round 3.
You see, the way you catch one of these Paris Hilton cats is to weaken it just up to the point of kidney failure, and then you make your move. But Alberta didn't get the memo. Eventually I got one, and I had the perfect nickname for my first slave. I put the shackles on Captiva, and the thing got straight to work headbutting a pile of rocks, but you can tell this bitch was born in the weak mental TikTok baby age, as it would apparently get stressed if I didn't give it a luxury bed. Sissy tits looked fine to me, but I built a bed anyways in fear of it starting a workers' union, but it couldn't be bothered, and I wasn't going to let the bed go to waste.
Those legs, bro.
The lack of any consideration from this ball of fuck fluff was just abhorrent, but rude awakenings aside, we had bigger problems to deal with.
Who's that?
An intruder onto my personal property, and I would have to set a precedent that I don't take kindly to trespassers.
True.
Alberta took one look at me and knew exactly what was about to go down.
The stealth noise from WoW. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Oh. He has a gun. Or she has a gun.
Turns out Christopher Columbus had a gun, which gave him quite an advantage to my supposedly damaged axe, and I knew the second he aimed that Glock at me I'd be dead until it happened.
Stay behind him. Stay behind him. Oh, nice.
Freaking stressed out Captiva of all things saved the day before going right back to headbutting her boulders. Positive reinforcement was in order to let her know that murder will be rewarded in this household. But then my next objective was to capture 30 pals, and while I thought this was a crazy ask, I was ready.
The very best. There's no way this song is in DMCA, right, Rav? What's your plan here?
I'm kidding, Nintendo, please don't take this video down, and besides there was nothing
Exactly.
smooth about this process. I'm not a math major, but 89% success rate seemed like a flat out lie, and Alberta had a strict one-try policy, and don't even get me started on the pigeons. When I did manage to get a Pokeball up before they murdered my prospective employee, it rarely went to plan. And while I quickly learned to prepare backup plans for when raw probability lies to me, I was still finding new ass baffling ways to fuck it all up.
91, 96, 99. Oh, what the heck? What? It just launches you in the air. Okay, yeah, note to self, don't do that.
That said, after a
is
short
great, though.
eternity, my little Palworld company had successfully hired its 30th employee, making me more and more similar to the Twitch CEO every day. But I had bigger problems, as the bond I made with Captiva over murder earlier was shattered, as I had OSHA saying shit like negligence was present in the workplace, so I had to put a damn 7-star fruit platter in the base at all times, or
Looks
my
so
workers
good.
would cry about it, but the stupid hoe didn't like fruit, so after a few attempts I came to the decision that
Eat
Captiva
it.
would just have to die in captivity.
Eat it.
All my other workers were self-sufficient. Hyperbolemic Bobby would go from projectile vomiting 1 minute straight back to work the next with no complaints, while no matter how much feeding or how many pets I gave Captiva, all I heard was neglect. And then there was Tony. Tony sure marched to the beat of his own drum, as when he wasn't busy licking one side of the Pokedex with a blank stare, he was licking the other side. He was so stupid that at some points I was actually worried he might drown himself without realizing it. When I was away from home, I would get notifications of his contributions, and every time I tried to fix things with Captiva, guess who the fuck was right there? Every morning I'd wake up and there'd be Tony just licking the air, but he was harmless and I had bigger things to worry about.
Whoa.
The Syndicate Tower,
Tony.
a deadly foe plaguing the land, and it was apparently up to someone with a wide hip stature to put an end to it. But my biggest fear was about to come true. An e-girl. With a giga obese Pikachu, and I had a bad feeling about this.
Oh, sick. Dead in one hit. Okay, come on, round two.
I honed my skill as a PAL collector, securing Llama Del Rey and using her as a trusty steed. And even though I was
There's
getting stronger,
mounds?
every night I would have the same nightmare. I researched how to beat that deadly toastered bathtub, and all the answers said I would need a PAL with the ground type to counter the electricity, and I only had one of those that I could use. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes, sometimes coming out of the shadows as the last person, or sped pile of mud that you would expect to save the day. But with such a
That
deadly
angle.
mission ahead of us, the future of the world was in the hands of Tony.
No, it's over, man. To be continued, maybe. I love the maybes. As like a YouTuber, streamer, it's like, yeah, maybe we'll play this again. Depends how many people actually watch it and like it. Rav, I loved it, man. You know, honestly, the one thing that pisses me off about this video is that I've gone the last 2 weeks of my life without playing or watching any Palworld. That looked way better than I imagined in my mind. Like I haven't played Palworld. I haven't watched any. This is my first glimpse, and like, dude, that looked hilarious. That looked awesome. I bought Palworld. I bought it Steam. Updating Steam. I'll prove it. Like, it's literally in my damn library. I bought it. I just have never pressed the play button. 0 seconds played on it. But like today I have other stuff to do too, because I want to check out the Dungeonborn update, and I wanted to check out the Frost Mage in Dungeonborn, and I wanted to finish Enshrouded too, or 2 more in Enshrouded. So I don't know if today's the day either. And then on Thursday, P2 Sod comes out, which is definitely taking priority. So I don't know when we can play, but dude, it's just, I don't know. That was good. Thank you for linking that, man.